Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year, by the way, when we start, because this is our first meeting, Monday, January 4th of 2021, and this is the Moscow City Regular Council meeting. With that, I will defer for a minute to Maureen Laughlin.
Well, welcome, and we're all going to stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here's to a good 2021.
Yes, thank you, Maureen. Next thing I have is a proclamation, and this is the National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day proclamation. Whereas National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was founded in 2015 by Concerns of Police Survivors, acronym COPS, to recognize officers across the country for the daily sacrifices they make for their communities. And whereas COPS provide a national support network for families and co-workers who have lost a loved one in the line of duty and supports positive recognition of officers doing good work every day. And whereas officers are rarely recognized for the difficult and positive work that they do and the difficult decisions they have to make each day in the best interest of the law and the communities they serve. And whereas Moscow police officers' commitment to the community policing Moscow helps to proactively educate and provide public safety resources for more than 25,000 residents, along with thousands of university students. And whereas we appreciate the extraordinary efforts and sacrifices made by officers and their family members on a daily basis in order to protect our schools, workplaces, roadways, and homes. And whereas the well-being of the City of Moscow residents is preserved and enhanced as a direct result of the vigilance of these officers. Now therefore, I, Bill Lambert, Mayor of the City of Moscow, do hereby proclaim the 9th day of January 2021 as National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day in the City of Moscow, and I encourage our citizens to do something special for our community's peacekeepers and take the time to show appreciation for the massive sacrifices our officers make while protecting our communities. Okay. And with that, I am going to move on to the next course of action, which is the Mayor's Arts Awards. And this is kind of an interesting thing, ladies and gentlemen, because usually we recognize individuals and or organizations who have shown support of excellence in arts. And these awards are biennial event. And we usually have these to 1912 every other year. And of course, this year we were not able to do that because of the COVID. So we always have a nice little banquet where we do this in honor of those different recipients. But anyway, so this is what we've got to do. We want to make sure and recognize them. The nomination process is managed by the arts staff and the Moscow Arts Commission. We also have a tradition of commissioning a local artist to create the awards for this recognition. This year's awardees will receive a piece of custom work from Noah Sherman, a Moscow local pursuing a Master's of Fine Arts, a degree at the University of Idaho. And the four folks that we're going to be talking about, or I should say Megan here in a moment, is Carolyn Guy, Paul Anders, Melissa Rockwood, as well as Jim Christiansen. And with that, we have Megan Sherry, our arts director, with us this evening, and Megan's going to share this year's award winners and highlight Noah's work on these awards. And with that, I will turn it over to you, Megan.
Thank you, Mayor. And thanks for the opportunity to speak about some of these award recipients. This one more thing that I wanted to add about the Mayor's Arts Awards program before I start talking about these individuals is this is a program that's existed in Moscow since 1998. And so this is really an ongoing tradition. And like the mayor, you know, all of us in the arts and culture area have been sad that we couldn't do an event, but happy to honor everybody this evening. Programs like this are really important because they foster the health of the creative economy in a city like Moscow. And so that's just one of the many reasons that we feel strongly about continuing programs like Mayor's Arts Awards. So when the award recipient gets their award, it comes with a beautifully designed certificate, but then also a custom artwork made by Noah Shoreman. As the mayor said, he has made pieces that, I'm not sure what the camera is seeing right now, so if I'm holding it up for the camera successfully, that's great news. One never knows. But in any case, you can see them in the photograph on the screen as well. They're really unbelievably delicate, and then there are also containers. So it's a really beautiful thing to, for all of these folks to remember their award. Just one quick note about Noah. He is somebody who lived in Lewiston for quite some time, and then he moved to Moscow here to work on his MFA at the U of I, and so that's what he's doing right now. So it's really wonderful to connect with folks in the art and architecture program for things like that. Okay, so first up is Carolyn Guy. Carolyn was a potter, and she would be familiar to anybody who has worked at the Damon Barn, has been in Palouse Women Artists. She has been involved in all things pottery for many, many years in Moscow. One thing that, whoops.
No, that's me.
There
we go.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a village. It just takes a village.
Yes, it does.
Actually, it always takes a village. It's just that we're most especially aware of that this year. Okay, so Carolyn Guy, one thing that we noted when looking at her materials is how often people use the word graceful to talk about the work that she made. And I think that's something that's a really beautiful tribute to Carolyn. She was awarded the Individual Excellence in the Arts Award. And then next, for arts advocacy, the mayor has chosen to honor Paul Anders. And Paul unfortunately passed away this last year, but he was a musician who was active in the community on all kinds of levels, not just as a musician, but also as a listener. A lot of arts advocacy looks like showing up. So when somebody else has a gig, you show up and you're there in the audience. He was also noted for wearing the Hawaiian shirts. And so luckily we have a photo of him here with the Hawaiian shirt on. And he really, he fans the flames of the creative community here. And so it's wonderful to be able to honor him for that. The next award is for contributions as a business. And this one was awarded to Melissa Rockwood. I can see several council members nodding right now, and that's because everybody is aware of the gifts that Melissa has brought to the community. The photo that you're seeing next to her, her brief bio is a piece that was installed as part of the Arts Department's vinyl wrap program, and that was installed this last summer. But you could see her work all over the place. What's listed on the screen is only a short list, but Heart of the Arts, Buy Local, Moscow, Women's Giving Circle, the City of Moscow logos, all of those materials were designed by Melissa, and really she's brought an incredibly generous spirit to graphic design and community building through graphic design here in Moscow. Okay, and finally, we've got the Center of Moscow Woodworking, and the award for Lifetime Achievement goes to Jim Christiansen. Anybody who does woodworking in Moscow knows Jim Christiansen. And there are all kinds of things to know about Jim, but one of them is he's an incredibly warm and poetic and generous woodworker and artist. He is at the center of a really incredible community of craftspeople. They all work together in the Palouse Woodworkers Collective. It's a really beautiful shop space where people are welcome to show up and to learn and to find community. And so he's an incredible woodworker, but he, like a lot of the other award recipients this evening, is also an incredible community builder. And so he's being honored today with a Lifetime Achievement Award. And with that, I'd turn that back over to you, Mayor.
Well, thank
If
you
have
very
anything
much.
else.
And, Carolyn, and for the late Paul Anders, as well as Melissa and Jim Christiansen, congratulations. And I just have to share one quick story about Jim Christiansen, because many, many years ago, I've known this guy for decades. He was a principal at Lena Whitmore Grade School here, right in Moscow at one time. And I can remember my sons went through that school all the way from kindergarten on. And to just give you an idea, my oldest boy is 45 years old. So I am telling a little bit about my age now, folks. But Jim has been a good guy forever, whether it was being as a teacher in an administrative position like that, as well as his artwork. So I've known and very fond what he does with woodwork is just absolutely amazing. And I know Maureen as well knows some of these folks, as well as other counselors up here too. So anyway, congratulations. I wish we did have this at the 1912, but this is certainly better than nothing. We need to make sure and honor and recognize those folks as we're going along, and that's what we're doing. So thank you, Megan. Yes. For all four of you. Right, Paul, thank you so much. And the beautiful woodwork that Noah Sherman did as well. Okay, well, with that, item number 1 is approving the minutes of our council meeting for December 21st, 2020.
I move approval of those minutes.
Second.
Okay, a motion by Art and a second by Gina to approve the regular minutes of the December 21st, 2020 meeting. I'll start the roll with Ann.
Aye.
Maureen.
Aye.
Sandra.
Aye.
Brandy.
Aye.
Gina.
Aye.
And Art.
Aye.
Okay, very good. With that, we will move on to, well, I kind of skipped things around here just a little bit, but mayor's appointments, I have none, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, but we do have a public comment and mayor's response period, which we haven't been having of late because of the rule where we can only have 10 people in our building at one time or one room. But we do have a lady in the audience, so if she would love to come up and introduce herself to us and talk for a few minutes, she's welcome to do it on this new year. Okay, she's not going to do it, so thank you very much. With that, we're going to move on to item number 4, which is council organization, and I am going to turn that over to the 2020 council president, Brandy Sullivan. So, Brandy, you have the floor.
All right, thank you, Mayor Lambert. Earlier today, this evening at 5 o'clock, we held our annual city council workshop, which it takes place every year, the Monday before the first city council of the year. During this workshop, we discuss and nominate the new president and vice president for the upcoming year, so for 2020, as well as the Public Works Finance Committee and Administrative Committee members. And we distribute our assignments as council liaisons to all the various volunteer commissions that we have. And so we had that meeting. I just wanted to say also that I really enjoyed my time, believe it or not, being council president in 2020. As everyone knows, it was a challenging year for all of us, and I am honored to have served in that role and to have worked with every one of you and the mayor, and we will be moving on to new leadership this year, which will be as follows. The president for 2021 will be Art Betke. These are the nominations that we'll be voting on. Vice president nominee is Sandra Kelly. The Public Works and Finance Committee, Art Betke, Maureen Laughlin, and Ann Zabala. Administrative Committee, Sandra Kelly, Gina Terusio, and myself. As far as the commissions, I'm just going to run through them in order as they are on my paper here. Arts Commission, I will be the liaison for that. Building Code Advisory Committee is Art Betke. Fair and Affordable Housing Commission, Gina Terusio. Farmers Market Commission, Art Betke. Historic Preservation Commission, Ann Zabala. Human Rights Commission, Maureen Laughlin. Moscow Pathways Commission, Sandra Kelly. Parks and Recreation Commission, myself. Planning and Zoning Commission, Maureen Laughlin. Sustainable Environment Commission, Sandra Kelly. Transportation Commission, Gina Terusio. Tree Commission, Ann Zabala. Some other appointments that are not the volunteer commissions, but we do have liaisons for, include the Moscow Volunteer Fire Department, and Art Betke is the nominee for that for 2021. The Palouse Basin Aquifer Committee, Gina Terusio. Palouse Knowledge Corridor, Ann Zabala. Smart Transit Board, Art Betke. CETA, Sandra Kelly. And mayoral appointments to the Urban Renewal Agency include myself and Art Betke. And mayoral appointment for the 1912 Center Facility Committee is Sandra Kelly, and the 1912 Center Use Committee is Art Betke. And I think I have covered everything that involves all of us counselors.
Thank you, Brandy, and thank you for the job you did as the council president in 2020. You know, when you take these roles over leadership roles, or any role as far as council, you never know what the year in front of you is. So 2020 was an interesting year for all of us and very, very challenging. With that, I would look for a motion to confirm the proposed 2021 city council assignments.
Your Honor, I move we approve the city council assignments for 2021.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Maureen. So I've got a motion by Gina and a second by Maureen to confirm the proposed 2021 city council assignments. I will start the roll with Art.
Aye.
Brandy.
Aye.
Sandra.
Aye.
Maureen.
Aye.
Ann.
Aye.
And Gina.
Aye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is the slate of new leadership for the council, as well as commission liaisons for various commissions. With that, folks, we'll move into item number 5, which is the 2021 City Limits Ordinance. Bill Belknap is with us somewhere. Hello, Bill.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good evening, everybody.
You've got the floor, sir.
Underneath Idaho code, whenever a taxing district alters its boundary in a calendar year, you have until January 10th of the following year to prepare and file a new legal description and map for the taxing district boundary. For our city in 2020, we had one annexation that was the Schweitzer property. Approximately 163 acres of land was annexed into the city, and that is necessitating us to develop a new legal description and boundary for the city limits for the city of Moscow. That legal description has been prepared and is in the ordinance that is in your packet tonight, and it's before you for passage this evening.
Okay, discussion from council.
I must say, I think it is a great reason to have to redo this. This is a good thing. This 163 acres, that's a good day. If nobody else has any discussion, I move that we approve the ordinance under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and that it be read by title and published by summary.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Gina and a second by Art to approve the ordinance on the suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and it be read by title and published by summary. Any discussion? Brandy?
I just wanted to make one comment because I recall this coming up. I think someone asked this, so I just want to get it out there that this annexation was also requested by Schweitzer. That question had come forward too, people wondering, is this something that is being forced upon them? So it was requested by them. I just wanted to get that on the record.
That's a good point, Brandy, and for ladies and gentlemen out there, I don't remember, and Bill can correct me on this, of a time that it has always been driven by somebody requesting to enter the city, not something that the city has done. Is that correct, Bill?
Certainly in the last several decades, we have not had a forced annexation that's occurred. Occasionally, we may have situations where you have an island of property, so it may be the result of an annexation of other properties that you create an island of the county inside the city, and it is the city's policy to annex those islands when they occur, but a individual annexation of property of this scale, the city would not pursue without the owner's request.
Thank you, Bill. I just wanted to make sure and get that clarification in. Anyone else would like to discussion before we start? Okay, I'll start the roll with you, Ann.
Aye.
Maureen.
Aye.
Sandra.
Aye.
Brandy.
Aye.
Arthur.
Aye.
And Gina.
Aye.
Okay, now we have the first ordinance of 2021. Ordinance number 2021-01. An ordinance amending ordinance number 2018-04 of the City of Moscow, Idaho, establishing and declaring in this ordinance corporate limits of the City of Moscow, Latah County, Idaho, in accordance with the provisions of the laws of the State of Idaho relating to the establishment of the boundaries and the annexation of adjacent and continuous territory, providing for repeal of any other ordinance or parts of the ordinances in conflict therewith, providing a severance and savings clause, and for the effective date of this ordinance now, therefore, be it ordained by the mayor and the council of the City of Moscow, Idaho. Okay, well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our regular meeting. However, we will have to, Maureen?
I just want to say, oh, Bill's gone.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you to Bill for all the work that you did on the SEL project. It took you years and years to work with them to come up with this, and it was thorough and it was complete, and I really want to applaud you for the perseverance and continuing to do it and following up with all the details we needed. Thank you.
You're welcome. It certainly was, there are many people that were involved in the process of working with Schweitzer over the last several years. The mayor played no small part in that as well.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Maureen. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session per Idaho Code 74-206, 1 and F, and this meeting will not reconvene once the executive session is done.
So moved.
By Art?
We're all ready to go. Let's go.
I gave it to Sandra. With that, I will start the roll with Ann.
Oh, apologies. Aye.
Okay, Maureen,
Aye.
Wrong button.
Sandra,
Aye.
Brandy.
Aye.
Gina.
Aye.
And Art. Okay, we will adjourn to executive session, and this meeting will not return back at 7:23. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.